What's up, everybody? The Crap Gamer here, the most compelling game-related YouTuber, and you damn well know it, and the king of all game-related media. Also, quite controversial gamer as well. Back with another video. Thanks for taking time out to check it out. It's greatly appreciated. Go ahead and give me a thumbing and/or liking, and subscribe if you haven't already, because that's always cool. Also, if you guys want to interact with me, I kind of am doing a new angle. I want to be really interactive as much as possible with you guys. So hit the links in the description. You can follow me on Twitter at @the_CrapGamer. You can like the Facebook page. You can also follow me on Xbox Live, MOH space CrapGamer. That's like Medal of Honor, MOH space CrapGamer. Hit me up on there. I reply to every message I get. I've been getting a lot of them lately, and I've been taking the time out to reply to every single one of them. So hopefully you guys do that. Also, be a Billy Badass. You know, look cool for a change. Buy some Big Gamer Small Talk shirts. Buy a Crap Gamer shirt. Buy some kind of merchandise with my face on it, because damn, I'm a super badass motherfucker, and you know it. On to today's topic. While this generation might be a letdown for some, and resolution might not be important to others, it's important that there's a little bit of a misconception that the Xbox One is severely underpowered in association with the PS4. Some people even say as much as 50%. I'm on record as saying no fucking way. There's just not a way, and there's no way it's not 50%. I wouldn't even say 10, 12% maybe. You know, just raw horsepower possibly, but maybe not even as much in the back end when it's all said and done. And here we go with a new game from Doom. The new Doom is going to be 1080p, 60 frames per second on Xbox One and PS4. And id Tech, you know, id Software basically, they're the kings of doing this. If you remember last gen, they did some really incredible games and things like that. I just think that we're starting to now see 2+ years into the generation that these things are pretty much on par. I remember people saying, "Oh, it's only going to get worse for the Xbox One." It's, you know, it'll only get worse, you know, because it started off, you know, 1080p stuff on PS4, and some stuff was like 720p or 800p or whatever. You know, now we're starting to see parity on both, and I think that that's good. People are starting to understand the architecture better and code for it, and certainly things like DirectX 12 is helping it, and you guys can see that I'm going to link the article in the description so you can check it out and make sure that I'm not a liar. Now, I will say this. It could change. It very well might be 900p by the time it launches, but they want to do this because they want people talking about their technology, and they want people to say, hey, their goal, according to this, and I quote, is to be the best looking game at 1080p, 60 frames per second. So if that's what they're shooting for, then I believe them, because they've done really great work in the past. You know, I think they've done incredible. Their work speaks for itself. The game looks fantastic. I think what they did was they held off. If you guys remember, they were like, well, we could show some gameplay. This was like a year, maybe 2 years ago, but they were like, we don't want pixel counters to go out there and crap on our game before it's ready, you know. So that basically meant that we didn't get an early look at the game because they were afraid to show anybody what the game was actually looking like, because back in the old days, we'd see games and people would be like, they would get people excited. You see a little teaser or a quick little glimpse, even if it was alpha. Now, whenever you see that, the first thing people do is check out how fast it's going, if there's any hiccups, no matter how early in production it is, how many pixels there are. And this is just something that has really killed this kind of generation for me, and for a lot of people, I'm sure, you know. But it's good to know that, hey, guess what, kids? PS4, not that much better than the Xbox One as far as power. Here's another game proving that. You know, I mean, what are you going to say now? I mean, what? Are they dumbing it down? Can the PS4 version do 120 frames per second? I doubt it's even going to do 60 solid on this game. You know, we all know that the CPU is kind of trashy on the PS4. But anyway, ponies, what do you guys think? I mean, you guys got to be a little bit disappointed than that. You got this quote-unquote all-powerful system, 50% more power, 50% more bullshit is what you got, because this thing is going to be 1080p 60 on both. What you gonna say now? Again, I will eat dog shit if you can find me one example of the PS4 having 50% more power than the Xbox One. Rack that shit up. Rack it up. Crap Gamer out.